The Commons debate began with complaints, led by Lib Dem Brexit spokesman Tom Brake, who was recently in Gibraltar, that not enough time had been set aside to debate these important issues. These complaints were echoed throughout the day by a number of MPs. Brexit Secretary David Davis said the debate was the result of hundreds of hours of debate in the House of Lords with one simple, clear purpose: to ensure the whole of the UK has a functioning statute book when it leaves the EU next year. He said wherever amendments have been made undermining the purpose of the bill or undermining Brexit, the government would reject them. He said the Lords' proposal for a meaningful vote on the final deal was a no-Brexit amendment, and said people who talk about a meaningful vote wanted to reverse the result of the referendum.
And the government respects the constitutional role the House of Lords has played in scrutinising this legislation. We have listened, whenever possible, to sensible suggestions that have been made to improve the bill. But where amendments have been made that seek to or inadvertently undermine the essential purpose of the bill to provide a smooth and orderly exit, or undermine the referendum result, we must reject them.
Matthew Pennycook, Shadow Brexit Minister, rejected the assertion that the Lords were going beyond their constitutional role by trying to block Brexit. He said to be meaningful, a vote can't simply be a take it or leave it choice, and the Lords were telling MPs to take control if there is no deal. He ended by saying that the House of Commons should not simply be a spectator in one of the most important decisions facing the country.
The aim of this amendment is to establish a clear process with appropriate guidelines by which Parliament can approve the outcome of the Article 50 negotiations, and to provide clarity on what should happen if the majority of honourable members in this House come to the conclusion that the final deal the government returned with is not good enough for the country.
Philip Lee, former Justice Minister, resigned just hours before the debate from the Cabinet on a point of principle, in order to vote in favour of Dominic Grieve's amendment. Mr. Grieve, a Tory rebel, defeated the Prime Minister in December with a proposal for a meaningful vote, which included limiting ministers' power until MPs have passed legislation. Late on Monday night, he tabled a compromise amendment, which would give Parliament greater control over the outcome in the event of a no-deal scenario, which he said could bring about a crisis. It is understood that Downing Street has agreed to open discussions over the Grieve agreement. Nearer the evening, the votes on that key amendment took place.
The ayes to the right, 324. The noes to the left, 298. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Unlock.